For Kadioglu from Fenerbahce, the wonder left back that starred in the European Championships for Turkey, is on the verge of signing for Brighton, according to Fabrizio Romano. But United are in with a last-minute offer, offering more up front than what Brighton are. The package isn't as much. Full details on that coming. Whether United sign Kadioglu or not, what does that mean for Manchester United's transfer strategy? Because this would be a significant signing. And if they are looking to pump money forward, what does that mean for Manchester United's midfield options? We've got updates on Ugarte, we've got updates on Scott McTominay also as well. Let's get fully interactive. Get your comments in the live chat, guys. I've got a poll up there now asking, would you hijack For Kadioglu from Brighton right now? If it meant spending the majority of Manchester United's budget remaining, is it worth investing into another defender rather than a midfielder? And is this the right type of tactic for United long term? Loads to talk through. Get in the live chat, people. Please give the video a like. Another 1,000 likes on the video would do nicely. Simple task for you guys who are smashing that now. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Forever United TV. We go into detail and we make different shows. Yes, we want to talk about the big headlines as well, and we love that. But there is other things that everyone wants to get into, and everyone's opinions on different players means a lot more on Forever United TV than any other channel. I'm certain of it. So get your comments in. It is interactive, lunchtime, showtime, guys. So let's get into it. Okay, right. Where are we exactly at with this? And what is happening right now with it? Yeah, it seems a little bit from the outside far-fetched. And yeah, well, I can't see this happening with how far down the line it is with Brighton right now. But there are a few updates on what is actually going on right now. First of all, obviously, the Kadıođlu story's come out. So, latest from actually, let me just bring it up. There is another one. Right, so For Kadioglu, Manchester United said to have submitted offer after Luke Shaw injury. United offering more upfront. Brighton offer better when bonuses taken into account. The full update on Kadıođlu is this right now, as it is in the last 30 minutes. Turkey, the latest from Turkey is player's agent tell club he wants the Premier League move to Brighton. Brighton are furthest along, having started earlier on the negotiations, waiting for medial approval. Manchester United would need to hurry. Now, yes, right move for United, 100% in terms of the player. Right move for where we're at with this transfer window, priority-wise. That's the question I'm asking you guys right now. And I want you to get into the chat. I want you to let me know what you feel. This is more of a story, I feel, regarding, look, if we get him, I'm buzzing. I really am buzzing. But this is more of a story and a show about how Manchester United have been reacting in this transfer window and how they're not willing. We talked all morning in the early morning show about standing our ground and not accepting stupid prices from clubs that want too much for their players. We talked through all of that. And United have always, with Ineos in charge of this transfer window, been very reactional and adapting to certain circumstances throughout the window. It's come about that there is a left back that will do United for the next God knows how many years. Secured, no more worries about left back. It was a major, major problem last season. We talked about Manchester United possibly loaning in a left back this summer. We've talked about Manchester United bringing in a free agent this summer. Manchester United have earmarked a certain amount of money, or put aside, a certain amount of money for the centre midfield role. Are United dipping into this money that's available there and putting it into a longer term project, prioritising a different area of the pitch than midfield right now, not looking at just this season ahead and looking at the long term side of things? This would be the ultimate hijack for Manchester United. And as it stands now, like Romano has come out today and said, look, personal terms are being agreed. It looks like this deal is moving forward. If United make their intentions clear, this deal doesn't go forward with Brighton and everything changes. You know it will. You know what United are like. And when the powers at United right now in that structure, if United do make a move, and it's a big if, they will get Kadıođlu. But the bigger question is, where are United's heads at right now in this transfer market? The importance of a midfielder is clear for everybody to see. I think this deal would take away money and write off Ugarte. I don't know where United would find the rest of the money. They must be confident of selling Scott McTominay or playing a major bluff with the Jadon Sancho news from earlier on. But from all of the reports and everything that's going around with Manchester United and what's happening in the market right now, how we're having to sell Scott McTominay for a certain price, Jadon Sancho looks like he's staying. United not willing to accept the price for Manuel Ugarte from PSG. They've already put a bid in. They're not going to bid higher than what they have done for Sander Berge. And then we go out and spend, around about 30 million on KADIOДLU? That's that money pretty much gone, isn't it? And I don't think United will be getting another midfielder in. I think we'll be looking at it. Maybe sell Scott McTominay. And if you think about it, let's just do the sums. Let's just thrash it out and get into what's actually happening. We apparently have got 42 million on the table already, which has been rejected for Manuel Ugarte. If PSG stand firm and are stubborn, there is reports coming up on Ugarte soon. So we're just going through the KADIODLU scenario right now and what might actually be happening. 42 million, obviously we've got plenty of money there. If we want to change and put 30 million in for KADIODLU from Fenerbahce, then that's left back, right back, centre backs sorted for the next, God knows, half a decade minimum right now for United. And never having to worry about it again because KADIODLU is that good. He is outstanding. And I would jump at the opportunity to get him in instead of Ugarte right now. And you may think I'm being ludicrous because of that midfield. No. I'm sick of Luke Shaw. I'm sick of the injury situation. I don't want no more excuses. If you want to build out a team and control a game, you need to have a back four that control that ball and be comfortable in possession. And all four of them would be. Every single signing that United have made in defence, and this would be our fourth, if it happens, complete new back four, by the way, then you're looking at a different animal altogether in Manchester United. Have we got enough in midfield? Probably not. What's the bigger concern? It's the debate, isn't it? But 30 million for KADIODLU, that takes that money away. United may sell Scott McTominay and then have enough to go and buy a Sander Berge as a knockdown option and tell PSG where to go. If you gave me that option right now, and again, I'll keep saying it, Fergie KADIODLU is favourite to go to Brighton. I know. But just the story of United going in for him tells me they're willing to actually sort of sidestep the midfield area and go down a different avenue. This is long-term planning for Manchester United. You're not going to get KADIODLU's coming around again next summer. Are they looking at this as like, let's just make this last hour bid here for him, see if we can get him, because we know that he wants to come. We know that they're willing to sell, and the price is very, very good. And we have got a back four set for a long, long time there with no complaints at all. Excellent, dynamic, everything you need in the back four. KADIODLU is that good guy. Honestly, watch him in the Euros. Superb player. And we are going to miss out. If Brighton get him, I'll be a bit gutted. And again, the debate between midfield and left back creeps up on you. And you're like, I don't know which way to go. What's more important, the long-term future of the club or right now in getting that midfield sorted and being competitive this season? Honestly, we have no left back there. Is no bigger priority right now. We have no left back there. Sorry, it didn't make sense that. Sorry, Mark. Then cheers for the super chat, mate. We have no left back. There is no bigger priority. Right, okay, yeah. Missing the thingy there. But yeah. So if we haven't got a priority, like we haven't got a left back, like Mark says there in the super chat, is it not worth just getting a left back and that has to be the priority? Because we've got Casemiro. We've got Collier coming through. We have got other midfielders there at Manchester United that can do a job right now. I feel like even if we bought KADIODLU, we could go out and get a cheaper midfielder. You could still go out and get Sander Berge. Give me KADIODLU and Sander Berge right now instead of Ugarte. Ka-ching, deal done. Shut that window. I'm happy. You may disagree. Get your comments in. Please, guys, over 1,400 in the room with us. Thank you so much already. Amazing. Only 200 likes, though, guys. Let's get them likes up. Please, we should be nearer 500 or 600 with 1,500 in the room with us right now. Let's get into the chat and see what you guys are saying on this KADIODLU situation right now. I have a poll going. Hijack KADIODLU. Yes or no? Simple. We have nearly 800 votes on that already. 87% of you have said, yes, hijack KADIODLU. Would that vote change if I said that we hijack KADIODLU and that takes Ugarte out of the equation? Let's see if the vote changes on that, because I feel like if United are going to buy KADIODLU, then it's with funds that we've already earmarked for other players, i.e. midfielders, and that being Manuel Ugarte. Get Kadıođlu in. Ineos know exactly what is going on, and I reckon have a trick up their sleeve on the DCM number 6. That from Daryl. Ben says Kadıođlu is number one. Kadıođlu is the one. He is top priority. Get him in. Adam, Manu only spent up front 60 million for 4 players. This player will also be 15 million up front. There is still money for Ugarte if the payment will be up front. No, look, mate, you're quoting exactly what I've been saying all window. I know, but United won't go above a certain mark. There was reported 50 to 7 million for this summer to spend. That's what them instalments and upfront payments are that you're talking about added up. And it gets to a stage where it gets a little bit too much. So, looking at it, I would say that United are definitely looking at this deal for more of the long term. I still feel like they're confident of selling other players as well. We have updates coming in on outgoings as well in this show as well, guys. Over 1,500 in the room. Thank you, guys. Get them likes up, people. Come on, get working. Let's see some more of your quotes and comments on this. Let's see. Hugh says, I would definitely strengthen left-back position. Shaw becomes the backup. Play Casemiro or Collier with Mainu in that midfield too. And use Mount deeper perhaps to give Mainu a rest when required. There are options there with what we have got. It's still a bit threadbare, and that is the worry. But I think we will still bring in another midfielder, even if we got Kadıođlu. I would. Get Kadıođlu, then sell McTominay, Sancho, and get Ugarte. Greedy, aren't you? You lot. Leo says, going against teams like Arsenal and City with the same midfield, we will get smashed to bits. Will we with a better defence, though? If it's more organised? You can't disregard Casemiro completely. Let's not forget, we won a game against City with Scott McTominay and Amrabat in midfield. So, yeah, and we were the better team against City as well on Charity Shield. Saying that though, they were very weakened, weren't they, City? So let's not look at that too much. We are actually bidding for 30, or is this a fan signing? No, apparently, according to Sports Witness, and if you guys are just joining us again, I'll just go through the news. Manchester United have bid for Ferdy Kadıoğlu since Luke Shaw dropped out. So this is the report. Manchester United said to have submitted offer after Luke Shaw's injury. United offering more up front. Brighton offer better when bonuses are taken into account. The actual stance at the moment is players' agents tell the club he wants to move to the Premier League. Brighton furthest along, having started earlier, waiting for medial approval. Manchester United would need to hurry. So if we wanted him, we need to go quick. Are we willing to do that? I don't think that is a problem for United. But the bigger picture, like I've been saying all along, is that United really are looking at bringing in a defender ahead of a midfielder, in my opinion. I think the priorities may have changed here, and they cannot afford to miss out on someone like Kadıođlu. We have a couple of super chats in as well. I'll go through them now. You got Roz that says McTominay 20, Lindelof 5, Lindelof 5 to 10, Hannibal 5, Palestri 5 to 10 in terms of making money. Get that, mate. David Close says Kadıođlu would be my signing of the season. Literally, everybody knows how good this kid is. He is a phenomenal player. I would love him at left back for Manchester United. We've changed up the poll a little bit for you guys. Would you still want Kadıođlu if it meant no Ugarte? That's the question right now. And 53% of you have said yes. No, Ugarte is number one. 47% of you. See, that close. That vote is going to be a lot closer than the original poll. 100%. But yeah, get voting on that poll. Fresh reports claim United have now submitted a bid highly rated defender Kadıođlu. Yeah, there is. It's all right, mate. You don't have to keep putting it in the chat. Just one time will do. Don't spam it out though, guys. We are in for Kadıođlu. There is a bid in there, but Brighton are further down the line. They are further in negotiations. We need to remember this. We need to remember that we are behind Brighton with this, and they are close to personal terms now, and I think can get them sorted. But if Brighton do get personal terms agreed with Kadıođlu, does that not make Man United's job easier, knowing what he's already accepted, and we just go in and go, there's 20k more a week, we're offering your club a bit more up front, they like it, why don't you come play for United in the Europa League and take us forward again, be United's number one left back? I'm sure that would work. Hi Adam, according to Swedish News, United are desperate to find a new club for Victor Lindelof. He's not in Erik ten Hag's future. Yes, Carl, 100%. I've seen that myself as well. We are getting to the outgoings in this show as well, guys. So make sure you stay to the end and get your comments in on everything regarding players going. We have updates on a couple. KADIOДLU or 30, and then get plenty of options in midfield, cheap or free. It's like everybody right now is bigging up Ferdy KADIODLU. Since Fenerbahce is looking at Lindelof, let's throw in a sweetener to secure Ferdy. Makes sense, doesn't it? Maybe United have thrown that in there and can get him cheaper. There's an upfront fee, and you can have Lindelof as well. And then we'll pay the less in little instalments. How about that? So you get a defender in who can play left back and centre back in Lindelof. Wink, wink. It looks good on paper. Never mind the man himself. And that gets the deal done, does it not? United have to be making contact right now with Ferdy KADIODLU's agent and Fenerbahce and saying, look, maybe we can do a deal here. You were interested in Scott, weren't you not? There you go. That's exactly how United should be approaching this. You were interested in Lindelof. You were interested in Scott McTominay. Let's make a deal. Let's go for it. If we don't get Ferdy now, later on, he will cost 60 million plus. He will, and Brighton will make a fortune off him, which they are masters at doing. So, yeah, just to update people again, we know Ferdy KADIODLU is a great player. Manchester United have reportedly put a bid in for him on the last hour. Brighton are well down the road in negotiations with this, I think, in terms of agreements on players' personal terms and getting close to actually agreeing with Fenerbahce. So we're not saying that United have completely done this, but there has been an attempt, according to reports. Sport Witness have said this as well, and a few others are jumping on it now, and it's come from a Turkish media outlet as well, saying that United have actually submitted a bid, which is significant because of reasons we've just described. United need money for midfielders. This isn't going to be a free agent or a loan offer for Ferdy KADIODLU. This is money that we've got and we're looking to spend on midfield being put into left-back situation. I just feel like United will not wait around for this defence to be sorted. I personally feel like Ten Hag is trusting in Collier coming through alongside Casemiro, and we can go out and get another midfielder if we sell Scott McTominay. And there is money to be spent. And if we can get a world-class left-back like KADIODLU now, it is better to get it done now. And it makes more sense. Well, the player is cheap. Well, the player is available. Well, he wants to come. And well, Fenerbahce are open to selling. This can happen. Use what you've got at your disposal. You've got Scott and you've got Victor, who we all know are both on Fenerbahce's radar. Jose Mourinho would love to take former players back. We know he's got form for it as well. I'd offer Scott and Lindelof, do some cut price deal or make something happen. Get KADIODLU in and then move forward with bleeding Ugarte. Because I think that is doable for United. Look, Scott apparently has already agreed to going over to the Turkish capital and he's happy to go and play his football over there. I'm sure he would love playing for Jose Mourinho again, and so would Victor Lindelof. I'm saying what I think, and I know it's not reality right now, but you only have to look at what the circumstances are with this deal and where Manchester United are at, and you know that there's a way around it. If United really wanted KADIODLU, I think we can go out and get him. That bid is there, and that bid is going to be pushing onto Fenerbahce. They know they've got better options right now with Manchester United than what they would with 33 million for a left back. Is not cheap. Cuban, are you joking, mate? Seriously, come on, man. City was spending 50 million on left backs about 5 years ago. That is cheap for this player. 33 million, get him in now. That is worth the money all day long for KADIODLU, 100%. Turkish sides can't afford Scots. They've never spent over 20-25 million in their club's history, so Turkey is off the cards. No, it's not, Mr. C. Especially not if you're trying to buy a player from them. So, yes, let's sweeten the deal with KADIODLU and then give Scott McTominay in. You know where I'm going with this? It doesn't necessarily have to be 20-25 million for Scott. It needs to be, maybe we will give you Scott and this amount of money, and you've got a midfielder that you want, and we've got the defender I want, and you've got a little bit of cash, and you've got the player that is going to score you goals from midfield, and we've got the defender that we need. That's how it happens, I think. So there's all different ways that United can work. And you know that United, and the way that we've worked with this transfer window with Ineos so far, and getting the double deal over that sweetened it up for Bayern Munich, standing our ground with Ugarte, and the other deals going behind Real Madrid and Liverpool for Euro, AC Milan with Xerxes. You know that there is a different way around this for Ineos, and they will try everything they possibly can to make this deal happen. So that's what we've got to look at in the positive side of this. Like we said, there is a very, very good chance it won't happen. But again, I asked the question, like, is this swaying Manchester United right now? It just shows you the flexibility. It just shows you the flexibility that United have actually got in this transfer market. So yes, it's for me, I think, a positive to look at it this way. I do. As you can see at the bottom of your screen there, guys, actually, I think Damasio was watching what I said yesterday in the Scott McTominay situation, because as it stands, we know where United are at with Scott McTominay, but Damasio has said as well that funds could be available to Napoli off the back of the sale of Victor Osimhen. I'm pretty certain that's exactly what I said yesterday. And this is why I thought the sporting director for Napoli was actually in the country in the first place. I don't think Scott McTominay was priority number one. I think selling Osimhen to Chelsea was why you've got the sporting director from Napoli in England right now. I think that's where we're at with it. I think it's a bit of both. Take advantage of the Scott situation while you're here. Yeah, go for that. But the main priority is definitely getting Osimhen out and Lukaku in at Napoli. And Damasio saying there will be money available to buy Scott once that deal is done. Why United are feeling quite confident still. And like we said earlier on today, it's a waiting game. Scott might not go until the last days of the window. Ugarte might not come in the last days, but you're willing to wait it out, Manchester United. So let's just see how this moves along, and let's see how Manchester United attack that last few days of the window. Keep liking the video, guys. Creeping up to 500 live likes. 1,900 in the room with us right now. Creeping up to that 2,000 mark again. I love that. Let's get into some of your chats again. Stephen says, Man United met as well. Might as well just get everyone. United need to win the big titles. By everyone, yeah. That's one way of doing it. Not going to happen, nobody, I'm afraid. We need to sort the midfield out first, in my opinion. But saying that, we've been working on multiple deals all summer, so who knows? Good point, Mr. C. We must not forget that the M can't go all year with just Casemiro, No. I do think there are plans for Collier, I do. I think Ten Hag really, really rates him. And if he was offered a stronger defence ahead and giving Collier second-rate chance against behind Casemiro, I think he would go for it. I do. I feel like he would. And I think Ineos would look at that as the better opportunity as well. A young left-back, quality left-back that's going to be at the club for years. And we could maybe go back in for another central midfielder next summer off the back of Collier having a breakthrough season and maybe having, maybe having a Mainu effect. Like, United have seen what happens if you give young lads a chance in that first team. And if Collier gets a chance and actually proves himself, and then United look even better because they didn't buy a midfielder this summer and Collier saves them a fortune, then it's looking like Ineos really are top dogs. And that will be running through their minds. Is Collier as good as what Mainu was in coming through? Like, you don't know until the player comes in. But then again, you don't know if you buy a player that he is going to be good either. So in this situation right now, when you've got a left-back that is experienced like KADIOДLU is, and United are desperate in that area, and they're not confident about Harry and Mass coming through just yet, maybe that's the smarter buy, and maybe Collier is further down the line in his development. I'm just throwing it out there. Different scenarios, different points, and definitely things that need to be debated already. Oh my God, Dalot, Yoro, Martinez, KADIODLU with Mazraoui and De Ligt as backup. 10 out of 10 transfer window for me, says David Close. Not far off it, mate. Not far off it. I'll definitely agree on that one. Graham Brown says, do you think you will get a plus goal difference this season? Hopefully. It's not asking for much, are we? What's that? Alfredo Padula has just tweeted that McTominay is a priority of Conte, and that his agent has put all talks on hold in order to try and seal a move to Napoli. There we go. Like, Scott McTominay will move forward. United are doing well right now, and standing firm on Scott McTominay's price is going to put him in a good position. I just cannot. I cannot see there not being a situation where United have gone in with a Kadıođlu bid and they've not got something else working in the background. They know something is actually happening right now, I feel. 2,000 in the room, guys. Thank you so much. Again, second time today. Legends. Keep them likes coming in, guys. I just feel like they have got something actually brewing already. Like, they may know that things are moving forward with Scott McTominay. So let's use that money. Bring that money in. Go and buy Kadıođlu, as well as getting that midfielder in. And wow. A-class. First class, A-star, 10 out of 10 transfer window. If United brought Kadıođlu and got another midfielder in of quality, then that is near enough as good as you can get, apart from not being able to get rid of Jadon Sancho, which could still happen. You don't know what is going to happen in that last week, and it is worth remembering just to keep an eye on what happens, because teams get twitchy. Like, there is a report out today, and I'll move on to Ugarte right now, that they are willing to drop the price, PSG. The closer it gets to the end of the window, it's like all sort of noises coming out of this deal are that they will drop their price lower. And United know this. Look, they know that Ugarte doesn't want to go anywhere else, and they will wait it out. They will. I know they will. And do you know what? If they feel like there's an opportunity to go and get Kadıođlu in the meantime, they will go out and get it. Like, we know we're in for a left-back. We know we're going to buy a left-back. If one's there at a cheap enough price that we can still fit within our budget right now, then these are what these recruitment meetings are all about. Like, structure and having people talking around the table like Barada, Ashworth, Wilcox, Vivel, people like this, compared to what Arnold and Bleeding Myrtle were doing. It'd be like, I'm not too sure, actually, about that. What should we do now? Let's just give it a few days. Let's see how things pan out in the market. Oh, God, bang, bang. 2 players on our list that have been sold because we're just sat here twiddling our bleeding thumbs. No, like, United's recruitment team are all over it. And we've got people who know everybody. You look at Vivel's contact list, Wilcox development through the youth, Ashworth's list, Barada and the way he structures everything like that as well. And then the Manchester United factor rolled into that. Things happen when you've got the right people in place, and I wouldn't be surprised if United buy Kadıođlu. I would be absolutely over the moon if we did. I would still say he's going to call Brighton, though, after all of this video and all the talk we've been doing. I think Brighton are still favourites, but I just like the fact that United have tried, and you know what? They've flexed a little bit of muscle. Let us see what happens. It's always worth asking the question. You just don't know. And just that sheer willingness to do this deal, instead of prioritising Ugarte and the midfield, just shows that we are adaptable within this transfer market, and it's a good thing for United. It really is. I'm chuffed with how this is going. Like, this morning, a lot of people would have looked at the negative. Sancho staying, McTominay, Manchester United holding out for the price, Zander Berger price too high, Ugarte too high, United cooling interest. It's all good for me. It's all good, because that's the future of this football club. That's setting the tone for the rest of it. And you know what? Like, going from this morning to that sort of like what people were trying to put out as a negative vibe, and then trying to fight that as a positive, and then something like this happens from it with Kadıođlu. Probably not, but still, you've got to look at that and go, bang, yes, that's the United I used to know. That's what we used to be like, ready to pounce on any opportunity. If the right player's there, United are in for him. That was always United's motto. Fergie always went in with it. And Kadıođlu is the right player for Manchester United. Right now, I would drop everything and go into this season and go, no more midfielders. I'm just taking Kadıođlu. I'm chancing it, I know. I'm chancing Collier coming through and being another Kobe Mainu. I am. I'd rather chance a young player like that coming through and not spending multi-millions on a player that's got the same sort of chance of making it or not making it. Because that's how I see it. I don't care what you say. He's got international experience. He's played in the Champions League. He's played at a higher level with better players. I don't care. That means nothing when you come to United. And everybody knows this. And let's not forget, Manchester United's academy players that have been coming through have been playing at a higher level. Ten Hag has come in and done good work alongside a lot of the academy. And the academy need the credit for it more. But let's look at what United are winning at every single level through that academy. This is the right time to tap into it now. We know from the FA Youth Cup winning side, from when Ten Hag came to Manchester United, in Garnacho, in Kobbie Mainoo, 2 players that came from that. Collier just coming in behind that as well. Now you're looking at Manchester United taking advantage of their youth players and then looking to pick off individual transfers that really fit the team and really fit the club. So I'm completely at ease if we don't buy another midfielder and wait it out till next summer. I am. And there'll be a lot of people that disagree with me on that. I am totally fine with it. I get your point. We cannot get rolled over every single game like we did last season. I just don't think we will. I don't. I just feel like there's a different direction that this club is going in this season. And yeah, it may take a few games and it may be hard to watch at the start again. And we may get the same old lethargic passing. But when you've got quality in that defence and that uncertainty of passing out around the back is gone, you see the rest of this team flourish. Because we got ballers up front that can do damage. It's the back line that's been worrying and that defensive midfield in front of it. If you've got better players there, and Martinez will make a difference. Comfortable left back will make a difference. Dalot playing his right position will make a difference. And obviously De Ligt next to him. Leadership, qualities and experience and dynamism all over the place. And then you tell me that you've got to add Yoro to that in a few months' time. With backups of Mazraoui, Shaw and Malacia at fullback, Maguire and Evans when needed for Carabao Cup, bottom end of the Europa League sort of group stages. There's enough there. There is enough there, and United need to be getting top 4 and not getting anywhere less. Odegaard as well, like Kieran says there at the bottom. You've got plenty of options coming through at United right now. I'm getting a little bit carried away with myself. I know we're on the eve of football. Coming back again, the Premier League is back. It sort of takes over you, done it as a fan, and I could be stood outside. It could be stood outside of Old Trafford tomorrow night, doom and gloom. United play shit, and we have an absolute stinker, and then everyone will come and pile on me and say, "We told you this." Well, no, give it time. Give it time is what I'm saying. I'm not going to lose my shit. I'll pick out bad bits over these first few games. But I am willing to see the integration of this team through into the first couple of months of the season. I'll give it chance up until November, December and see where we're at. Obviously, I'll lose my shit at times, as I always do. But football's emotional and we can't hold it in, can we? We can't. But I just feel like United are building something bigger here right now. And I think we're looking more towards the long term. Rather than short term, again, which is what we've always done. We've always done. And no United fan can moan if we don't go out and buy a midfielder this summer if it's not the right deal for the club. Because all anyone has done in the past is moan about spending too much. We should have trusted the youth. I'd rather watch the youth team play than these lot. Overspent again. Look, I think we're buying the right players. I think we know what we've got right now in every single player we've brought in. And there is a real good feel factor about this team right now. And the young players coming through, getting a second season for the younger players, the acquisitions that we've made, the experience we've brought in, more youth and experience, better quality all over the park, I feel. And if there is one more youth player to come through like Collier, I'd be absolutely buzzing for it. It would honestly make my season if United did not sign Ugarte and Collier proved Ten Hag right. And everybody knows my thoughts on Ten Hag and where I'm at with him. I'm still not convinced. But I know that Ten Hag is well invested in to that youth team. I've seen it firsthand. I've spoke to both youth team managers. I've spoken to youth team players. I've been there. I've watched the under-21s. I've seen Ten Hag sat there. I've seen what he does. He does put a lot of effort in. My issue with Ten Hag is I just don't think he's got that X factor that United need to challenge for the title. Can he get top 4 though with his team and see from there? Yeah, of course he can. I do know that he believes in youth players though coming through and he spent a lot of time in that. I'd said it before. I believe that the youth academy were the ones that made more of it, and Ten Hag has got a little bit lucky with injuries in getting getting Garnacho and Mainu through into the first team, but still, at least he has given the youth a chance, and Collier is one to watch for me, I think. And I'm not making excuses just because we might buy Kadioglu and then not get Ugarte. I think Ugarte still is priority for Manchester United. I think we do still need to go out and buy a midfielder, but I still stand by what I've said all summer, like, don't overspend and don't pay what them teams and them clubs want. We're being ripped off too many times, so stick to your guns and stick to what you know. We know that Collier has got a chance coming through. Kadioglu, yes. All day over Ugarte for me. Sorry, a lot of people will disagree. And like the poll has said now, we changed up the poll. Would you still want Kadioglu if it meant no Ugarte? People are shit scared of that midfield. And I feel you. I do. I do feel it. Yes, get Kadioglu anyway, 49%. No, Ugarte is my number one, 51%. Over 1,500 votes in the poll, guys. Thank you. Creeping up to 600 likes as well, guys. Keep the video likes coming. We are after 1,000 for this video in total, which we should get to as well by the end of the show. Well, it'll definitely get to 1,000 later on. Let's see how many we can get while we're actually live. And coming back into the chat, guys, talk to me about everything. If you want to bring Scott in, you want to bring Ugarte in, Kadioglu, am I talking complete nonsense? Shout me out. Let's go. Hi, Adam. I understand that from you. I understand where you're coming from the left back, but central midfield is more important. You will realise as soon as the season starts. Mate, I go to every game. I know. I'm there. I see it all. I've seen what the problems are. All I'm saying is we've got a fitter Casemiro, and we've got a stronger defence right now, and we won't give the ball away as much as we did last season. That's all I'm saying. Like, we need the energy in there. We need players to actually be disciplined in position, and I'm talking about Bruno as well. He needs to change up as well. I'm not just letting him get away with it. Cuban says, I think it's easier to hide a weakness at left back, not as much in midfield as we saw last season. Opponents had the freedom of Old Trafford. We changed it so many times though. If we've got consistent good Casemiro back, it doesn't happen again, does it? So I'm saying, like, let's not forget about Casemiro. Like, yes, he may not be able to play every game, but yes, he is going to be able to get us through these first few games. I think we will still bring a midfielder in. We definitely will. It may just be Sander Berge, though, and not Ugarte. Honestly, I said it before, and you can shoot me down if you want. I'd take Sander Berge and Ferdi Kadioglu over getting Ugarte through the door. All day long, I would be happy with that. And I think United are moving forward. We could probably go back and get another midfielder next summer as well, but I think that's enough for the season. I do. Is Kadıođlu that good then? He must be, if you're saying get him over Ugarte. He is, Mike. He is excellent. Honestly, he's a better left back than what Kadıođlu is centre midfielder. And if you want to get the best in class, then Kadıoğlu's your man to go for, even if it means missing out on that midfielder. That's how strongly I feel about that left-hand side right now. Mr. C, if we keep the defence higher up the pitch, then that would negate some of the Casemiro flaws. That's very true. But still, with our luck on injuries, I'd say the safer bet is get Ugarte in and get loans for left back. I get it, I do. I understand. It's just a hard one, isn't it? Like, it's a great debate. It's a fantastic conversation to be having. And it's a good one because it's all positives. And I totally get where everyone is coming from with the priority of being in midfield. Aaron Mitchell has just donated 5 memberships. Legend, thank you. They have gone to Guess, one of our mods. Gareth has got one as well. Ian's got one. Jesco has got one. And Reese also has got one of their memberships. Please thank our kind contributor Aaron Mitchell for that. I remember himself already. Cheers for that. Really appreciate that, Aaron. Let's get through a few of your comments. Ten Hag was a couple of minutes away from the Champions League final with less than a SPL budget. He's got something about him, but this league is harder to win, in my opinion. Yeah, like, look, it's a given in Eredivisie. It's not in the Premier League, and that's the difference. And let's be honest, he blew it against Spurs, didn't he, in the semi-final, big time. And we've seen that before with Ten Hag. No one remembers. Like, everyone talks about them getting there and how nice it was to watch. But no one talks about the complete and utter collapse of that Ajax side in that semi-final when Spurs run riot. I mean, like that, no one talks about that. It's crazy. Let's see what we got now. Short S. Erik ten Hag gave Pep his first domestic cup loss with a patched up team. Erik ten Hag with the right squad will win everything, in my opinion. Woof, Sean, they're going in big time, saying that Ten Hag has got it. I am hoping Eric, with input from his assistants, makes good decisions on who starts and subs at the right time this season. We'll get an idea after the first 3 games what is happening. Yeah, like Ten Hag will always be number one, but we are hoping that we're going to get something from them coaches, Hijack and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Definitely give their input and help out. They've both been managers before and both understand what it's like. You can use in any position Kadıođlu every way. Left back, DM, right midfield, left midfield. He has played a few other positions, yes. I think he would be predominantly used left side, though. I think that's what Ten Hag wants right now. We knew that from the reports of buying a specialist left back. If we are going to spend the money on him, I think we'll see him definitely played there. If Sancho doesn't go, he can sit on the bench outside the theatre of dreams and kick his heels thinking what could have been, says Andrew. Kathy says, if we get both, then Ineos is done. Has done a good job this season, and I will rate them 10 out of 10. No one trusts Casemiro. He's not good in possession either. He is. That's been a bit harsh, that. I hate the fact that people, like, after one bad season, no one was moaning about Casemiro in the first season. Yes, he has dropped off a little bit, but he's still got it in him for one more season. He's not 33 yet. So let's give him a chance. With a better defence there, better passes of the ball around him, let's see what Casemiro has got. I think it's incredibly disrespectful on Casemiro to actually forget about him and say that he is completely past it. He's not past it. And let's be honest, who do you think Ten Hag... I said this question the other day. If Ten Hag goes and buys Ugarte, I don't think he starts ahead of Casemiro. So Ten Hag's still going to play Casemiro ahead of Ugarte. So let that one sink in. That's my opinion again, I know. But still, I think he would play Casemiro ahead of him. We can't just go and spend on every player we want and need. We need to sell 4 or 5 players to fund it. Man United is not made of money. Yep, which is why, Carl, we are selling Scott McTominay. Their offer's going in for Christian Eriksen right now as well. That's more news there. Obviously, we've got interest in Palestre as well, and Hannibal, they will be gone. Lindelof will also go as well. There is about 50 million there that we have got to add to the coffers, which we are already spending. So there is ways that we can make money as well. Look, guys, that is the midday show done. Absolutely fantastic. Over 2,000 in the room for the majority again for the second stream in a row today. Absolutely loved that. Contributors... super chats, new members, old members, mods in the chat, thank you so much. We'll end at the poll there. Very close. That's the closest poll we've had in a long time. 1,600 votes in on the second poll of the stream. And it's gone in. The question was, would you still want Kadıođlu if it meant not getting Ugarte? No, 51% say number one priority has to be Ugarte. Yes, get Kadıođlu anyway, 49%. Ouch. Close there. Right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for jumping on the stream. I will be back. I may be back earlier tonight. It is believe it or not, it's my birthday this weekend, and I'm out for a birthday meal tonight. So we're probably doing the live around about 6 o'clock tonight, guys, just so you all know. It's a 30-minute earlier. I was going to do a pre-record, but I miss you too much. So we're going to go live a bit earlier tonight with the news around about 6 o'clock, guys, if that's okay for you. And yeah, I think I deserve a couple of drinks for my birthday. I'm not even going to say my age, but yeah, my birthday's on Saturday, so hopefully I can have a good night tonight. United don't ruin Friday night, and then I can chill out and enjoy my Saturday. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, Anyway, but yeah, not my birthday yet, but tonight is my birthday meal, so we're doing an earlier show tonight, 6 o'clock, guys, so make sure that you are there for that one. Please give the video a like. By the way, guys, if you want fantasy football and be involved in the FUTV fantasy football, in the description is the link. We are doing a league this season. Let's see if you can beat me. And there will be prizes at the end of the season as well, guys. So if you want to be involved, it's open to everyone. The link is in the description, guys. Football, fantasy football is there. FUTV League. So get involved in that as well, guys. If you want to win a Kobe Mainu signed shirt, football prizes, that link in the description is there as well, along with everything else. Just drop in there, have a look around, see what's there. Our watch along platform is there as well, Tifo, for the games this weekend as well, except the United one. We are watching City versus Chelsea. That's our first watch along of the Premier League season. A bit of a hate along for you guys. Yeah, I've spoke for too long there. Thanks, guys. That is the end of the show. Love you all. All new subscribers, welcome along to Forever United TV. If you are just watching, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. And I will see you all later on this evening. 6 o'clock. Don't forget, guys.